Every now and then you see a take from one of these mainstream fucking pop culture sites, and the question comes up, what's worse, video game journalism or comic book journalism? At the moment, I'm inclined to say that video game journalism is back on top of the pile of being fucking dog shit. That's why we call them game journalists, because they deserve to be pissed on for their piss weak takes. And here we have one that is truly fucking bad. I plan to talk about this a lot more in depth on a live stream, but for now, let's talk about this. So CBR puts out this fucking retarded shit saying it's time for Halo to move past Master Chief. Halo's Master Chief looks awesome, but he's nothing more than a two-dimensional cliche that should be replaced with a more interesting character. Okay, there is so much to start with this one, but look, I'm just going to jump right into it and say this picture right here. This may look like Master Chief if you squint your eyes. Step back a little bit, it kind of looks like Master Chief, but no, that is Master Cheeks, Johnny Rings, John Halo, whatever you want to call him, from that terrible live-action Paramount show, which was Halo in name only and did absolutely nothing for the franchise of Halo. In fact, you could argue that it set it back, which is pretty hard to do these days considering Halo is not in the greatest of shapes with the current state of Halo Infinite. While I personally believe that Forge is looking really fucking cool and will definitely pump some life into the game, it should have been there at launch, but that's a whole nother topic. So, Master Chief looks awesome. Yes, he fucking does, but this ain't Chief. He's nothing more than a two-dimensional cliche. That is fucking retarded right there. See, ever since episode 1 of that shitty TV show came out, these fucking dickheads at these mainstream sites have been pushing this bullshit that Master Chief is no character. He has no character, that he was an insert for the player, which is fucking stupid. Not the case at all. In fact, Master Chief John is a very deep, rich character. There is a lot to that character. You don't play as a self-inserted character. You play as the Master Chief in those games. Master Chief is the forefront of the entire franchise, majority of the video games, and a good amount of the Halo novels, and is featured heavily in many Halo comic books. He is the face of the franchise. He is the Luke Skywalker, the Darth Vader, the Batman, the whatever of his own franchise. You take away Master Chief, you don't really have a franchise. Granted, there is plenty of stories that can be told without Master Chief. Halo 3 ODST, for example. Halo Wars, for example. The many different books and comics that take place in the Halo universe. There is a huge, rich lore out there and an expanded universe of Halo. But Master Chief is the face of the franchise. The entire story doesn't revolve around him. No, not really. Not when you take into consideration the thousands of years that it covers. But the central focus of the Halo storyline, you take away Master Chief, you don't have a storyline. He is the main character. Now, again, to say that he's a two-dimensional cliche is stupid, retarded, and outright fucking idiotic and proves you know nothing about the Halo franchise. Maybe you've seen it in passing, maybe you played a few games of it here and there with your friends, maybe you like the TV show, and if you're saying retarded shit like this, you probably did like the TV show. Not that there's anything wrong with enjoying something, I just find it very hard for anyone to be a full-on Halo fan and like the show. Granted, there's a small percentage out there that are like that, and more power to them. Simple as that. Master Chief is not a two-dimensional character. There is a lot going on there. Whether it be from the abduction from the Oni program as a child, raised in the Spartan 2 program, his relationship with Halsey, his connection to Cortana, Blue Team, the events of the main events of the games, like the fucking Covenant War. You can't tell me he's a cliche character. There is a lot going on with this. So what they're trying to get at with this is they think that he might be overdone and it's time to move on. There's been many times that Halo has not used Master Chief in a game, for example, or for any form of story. The immediate examples, like I said, Halo 3 ODST, Halo Wars, the very popular Halo Reach video game. Now, while I take some personal issues with that game's storyline because it completely fucks over the Fall of Reach novel, I can't deny that it's a fucking amazing campaign. Noble Team, Spartan Freeze, no Master Chief in that squad whatsoever. In fact, there's people out there that think that Noble 6 is a cooler character than Master Chief, and who am I to argue with that? That's your take? Fine, fair enough. Personally, I say Chief over 6. Noble 6. See, this is the weird thing. They keep talking about how they want this blank character and they think that's Master Chief. Noble 6 is the blank slate character. The whole point of that character is it's a blank slate. In the lore, there's no gender, no name, not even the armor. It's all covered in black ink. That's why the player had so much creative control of how their Noble 6 looked in that game, and it was an amazing decision, especially from a gameplay perspective. This whole thing, fucking stupid. It's time for Halo to move past Master Chief is just stupid. This whole take is retarded. But like I said, I'm going to break this motherfucker down on a live stream, so make sure you are subscribed, the bell notification on, because this is going to make for some fucking good ranting. So let me know what you think of this dumb shit in the comments down below. Have a fantastic day, and fuck CBR.